Welcome back to another bootcamp, guys. Yes, I did get a haircut. Thanks for asking. But anyways, let's get into the bootcamp. All right. So let's go over what SMTs are and how I use them in the market in my trading model. All right. So an SMT, right? These are examples of what SMTs look like. All right. On NQ and ES, we're gonna talk about these pairs specifically. I trade NQ only. NQ only. I might move over to gold in the future. I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated. But right now, I trade NQ and I look for ES as a correlated pair, right? So these pairs are correlated, meaning that they should move the same, pretty much the exact same in a way. All right. That's what it means by correlated pairs. So an SMT is, well, why is it important? It is a discorrelation in correlated pairs, thus giving more confluence to a trade, right? So if you can see here, we have a high here, right? High, low, high, higher high, lower low, and then we make another higher high, right? And we have an SMT at these highs, right? So SMT is always going to occur at highs and lows, all right? It's going to occur between a swing high and a swing high again, and then a swing low, and then another swing low, right? So in this case, it's swing highs. As you can see, we do push past this high on NQ, but we don't push past this high on ES, creating an SMT, right? A discorrelation in pairs, all right? Meaning that it's not correlated anymore, right? If we were correlated, we would, if we took this high on NQ, we should take this high on ES, right? And then there would not be an SMT anymore. But since we don't, there is an SMT, meaning that this could signal a more bearish order flow based on all the other factors, like a liquidity sweep, IFBG, great targets. That could be a good short opportunity. All right, so let me show you a bullish example, right? Right. So let's say we have an SMT here, right? I'm just going to show you what it looks like to have a, bullish example. So let's say this is NQ. And then we'll put ES over here. So NQ takes the low, right? ES does not take the low, right? So this would be another SMT example, just in a bullish sense. And it doesn't matter, all right? It can, ES could take the low or the high and NQ can't or didn't, It doesn't matter which pair actually does take the low or the high. It just matters that if there's actually that discorrelation in, the pairs. So let me show you guys. Let's actually go through this in a real chart. So let's just take any of these, like this swing low. Let's see if there's 214, right? I can find any SMTs. 2 and 14. No. I'm gonna really try, guys, to find these. Okay, beautiful. We have an SMT with these highs right here. There's an SMT. Okay. The good SMT. I'll flip back through them once you guys can see it. I'll show you why this is a good SMT. Okay. So as you can see, NQ does not take the high. ES does take the high, right? And then there's a bunch of other confluences that happen after, right? We get an inversion for value gap, a change in the state of delivery, and then we dump lower, right? Same thing on ES. We just lag a little bit behind, and then we dump lower as well, right? So SMT shows you the lagging pair and the non-lagging pair. So the lagging pair in this case would be ES, right? The S&P 500. Why? Because this was the pair that actually took the high or takes the low, right? And Q does not, however, meaning it's the leading index. So we have the lagging is always going to be the one that takes the high or the low. The leading index is going to be the one that does not take the high or the low and forms the SMT. Okay? So let me see if I can find any other good looking SMTs between these pairs. Come on, there's got to be one more. Hopefully. I mean, there's another bearish one, but I'm kind of looking for a bullish one so I can give you guys a good example. Maybe one. No. Yeah. Okay. No. I don't want to spend all this time just looking for another example because I feel like you guys should get the hang of it at this point. So if I don't, let's just say like, a bullish SMT would look like this, right? Like this would be the lagging pair if there was an SMT at these lows. This would be the lagging pair, so it would take longer for it to reach its, objectives for the day. And let's say it was the leading pair, right? It did not take this low, right? Then it would be easier to move on. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long day. It'd be easier to move on its objectives for the day. Okay, so this is SP. So let's go back and tell you guys about your homework. It's gonna be a pretty light homework today, guys. All right. Today's been a long day. I'm kind of tired. I'm be straight up, but it's just gonna be identify 5 examples of SMTs between NQ and ES. Shouldn't be any other pairs. Yes, there's other correlated pairs as well, but these are the 2 main ones. I trade futures, so if you're watching this, you should be trading futures as well. And yeah, find 5 examples between NQ and ES of SMTs. Okay, once you get SMTs, guys, I promise a lot of things are going to come much easier. It's just pretty much practice with these things that'll actually just get that rapid fire feeling going on. All right. But that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace out, boys.